stations on television.
Mhm.
So, but if I download an app like CNBC's app on my phone, can I see it free from on my phone? Or do I have to pay or something?
It depends on the platform. Some of them let you stream with just the ads, live on their thing. Same with YouTube. There's news networks that let you stream their content over YouTube. But there's other ones that want you to link to your cable provider. And you would log in with your cable provider and it would sync. So it depends really on what platform you're on.
But so if it says, do you want to download the app, and I download the app, then I will know if I have to have a provider, or it'll tell me I have to pay for it, or won't I ever have to pay for it that way?
Some of them, like AMC, I think is one that you have to link to your cable provider, and it would send you to a link and you'd have to, add that information. Or you can, if it's like Disney or something like that, it would ask you to create an account and charge you that monthly, streaming fee. It's just one of those. It depends on what web app you're trying to do. HBO would be one that you'd have to.
How about CNBC? You think we know about that?
I'll Google that one.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Some of the networks are freer than others. Like I found CBS offers their things, their programs and all freer than NBC does.
Okay.
I've even found that in the morning, if I want to watch MSNBC, it's easier than trying to get like to the Today Show. They're not real free with. The house in North Carolina has no cable, so that's what I've experienced there. And also depends on what kind of connecting device you're using. If you're using, what's the one called? Something, Firefox? Or,
Fire Stick?
Fire Stick. Some
Fire
things
Stick,
come
yeah.
with that free.
Yeah, so Nancy, this is the pop-up screen you would get if it's wanting you to connect to your provider.
Oh, okay.
So this is what it would go, okay, pick, and you would just log in. So that if you see anything like that, that's going to say, but it looks like you can get free access or do a free trial, and you could do it that way, or sign in, but you'd have to go through and see if you wanted to, how much it would be. But like for things like the Super Bowl and like debates and things like that for presidential elections, they normally are always stream free for you, and those kind of like world event type things. Because
I was watching the IndyCar series on Sunday, and they said, okay, now we're going to continue on CNBC because we're breaking for your local news. And holy Pete, it was in the best part of the race, and so I didn't get to see it. So I thought afterwards, well, maybe I could have gotten in.
You could have done the free trial and you wouldn't have had to pay for it.
Yeah, but that's hard because free trial, but give us your credit card number, right?
And then you cancel it,
Yeah.
the next day.
And then there's no way to get in there to cancel it because you can't figure it out. I got that.
Dark patterns.
Yes.
Gotta love it. Yeah. Miss Betty Ann, how's your computer doing?
Not a good sign.
I write to my sister and my friend, can I have a week when nothing breaks, either on me or this house or the car? I mean, and they're big, expensive repairs often. And it's like, you expect that once in a while, but they are coming one right after the other. And my computer just decided to stop working. I'm going to skip right to the end. Suddenly, I borrowed my husband's computer and was able to at least catch up on some emails and tell people what was going on and so forth. And then I noticed it was working. It just started working. I don't know what was wrong. Before I had the problem, there were new updates, and my husband never clicks on them when he sees them. He waits, it does it when you're sleeping. But if I know, like the next day I'm going to be doing some genealogical research and I'm going to have several tabs up, I'm afraid I might lose something because I leave it on. I close the lid, but I leave the computer on all night. And so anyway, I said, well, I'll just go ahead and run that now. And I don't know if that had something, if there was some kind of glitch in it. Now it wants me to run another one, and I'm afraid because I would move my mouse around and try to click on something and nothing would happen. If I walked away from it for anywhere from 10 minutes to half an hour, one thing would change, that I clicked on, but try to do the next thing, and that's not going to work. My husband thought maybe it's something with the cable. So he said, bring my computer down and see what's going on. That was working fine on the same Comcast email site. I don't know what happened, but like I said, everything is fine right now.
So all the updates are completed on the computer and you're able to log in.
As of a day or two ago, but now down the bottom, I see there are more. So I think I'll just let it go and maybe do it at night, see what happens.
Mhm. If you hit delay on those for a while, then you get backed up and it takes forever. But if you're doing them as they come out, it shouldn't be an issue.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I will, maybe I'll give it a shot then. We'll see.
You word should.
I mean, did I tell you the last time, the last big repair I had was, I came back from errands and I opened my car door, but it wouldn't let me out. It locked me in. I said, what the heck? And I tried everything, it wouldn't work. And my husband, when I, finally got home and, motioned for him to come help, he could open it from the back, from outside, but I couldn't. He got in and it still wouldn't open. They had to take off the door and replace it. And, $400 or $500 later, everything's fine.
Mhm.
It was broken, but
Mhm.
just one of those many, many things that are happening all at once.
Mhm.
But anyway, how is everyone? Are you feeling better, Lynn? You recovered yet?
I'm back out in the world. I finally tested negative this week, so I went back
Good.
into the office on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I got to actually see people again, which was nice.
Very good.
So, but still a little congested. I'm still sleeping more than normal, and more exhausted. Anne Hatfield was like, I think you're trying to push yourself to like get back to your normal activity, and you're just pushing yourself more than you actually should be. So take it easy.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Get there eventually. But yeah, keep an eye out on your updates though, because when I went over to Dan Wilcox's house 2 or 3 weeks ago, he like it just wouldn't do anything. And it was doing all these updates over and over and over again. And we took it to the computer store and they said there was malware on it and it was trying to fix the malware. So if it continues to do what it's doing.
You know what? Now that you say that, I remember I'm using my own computer now. I had it down here and I had my husband's up there. And I just noticed that up at the address line for Comcast.net, it said not safe with a little warning symbol. Aha. Maybe I should take it there anyway, right?
Mhm.
Or maybe run the updates first and see if that fixes it.
That they're going to ask you if you did that. They're also going to ask you if you did a hard reboot, which is turning it off and on again.
I did. I wasn't able to do it where you go to power and you say sleep because it wouldn't bring anything up, but I just pressed I did a hard, yeah. I feel uncomfortable doing that. I heard it's not real good for the computer to do that too much.
You don't want to do it every day, but from time to time.
Okay. Just when you think it's fixed, maybe something else.
How old's this laptop?
Not that old. Well, I'm terrible with that. It's probably 5 years or more.
That's a
I-
good life for a laptop.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear
Say
that.
that.
I don't want to start all over and learn all kinds of new things.
Especially if it's a PC laptop.
It is.
Yeah.
You might want to ask them when you take it there, how much is this going to cost? Because it might balance out to just, might as well get a
I
new.
am looking it up right now, see how old it is. I think it should say there.
Because if you have to pay 200 or $300 for them to clean it up, at that point it's not worth.
No.
You might as well just get a new one.
Yeah, but you still have to
After that.
transfer all your stuff to the new one though. How does that, do they have to do that for you or what?
Betty Ann, have you been good at backing up your computer?
I'm laughing because ironically, I said to myself, I keep putting it off. I'm going to ask Lynn to look at I have a hard drive. I mean, an external hard drive thingy attached. And I don't think the number has moved since I installed it a long time ago. So something's not being backed up.
Then
Boy.
yeah, if you take it to them and ask for an estimate, you go, it would be good if you want all that data. At this point, if it's not backed up recently, you want them to clean it so you can get the files off it safely and get them on the new device. If that makes sense, because you don't want to bring old corrupted files from
I
a
understand.
device.
So it might be a good thing it has not been updated.
If you had updated a backup like a week or two ago before this happened, you could just take that backup and plug it into the new computer and it work.
Hmm.
And that's the whole reason to do backups, whenever something starts functioning, you wipe the computer, clean it up, and then reinstall everything. Or if you get ransomware, same thing, you just wipe the computer and
Oh, I've been there, done that. Yeah.
you learn the hard way.
Well, I can't find the date that I bought it on my little index cards. I'll have to dive deeper in my file later. I don't want to take people's time. But that would be useful to write the next time I get a new one.
Come
Thank
back
you.
next week and report back.
Yeah.
Tell us all about your new computer next week.
I mean, it's a good thing I'm retired. All these things that need fixing and, it just takes so much time. How does anyone working do all this? I don't know.
Thankfully, people working, most of them have work laptops where they can hand it to the IT company and go,
Yeah,
fix this for me.
fix this, right?
Not everybody, but a good chunk. But yeah, if you need computer recommendations for PCs, go to Steven. He can probably help you.
Okay. And he's right there, but he's muted. But
Well,
I have an Acer. I went to Second Source, which I notice has moved, but talked to the tech guy there and he recommended this Acer
Mm.
that I have and said it was really, really good and for the price and really fast. So
Mhm.
that's what I have. Aspire 5 by Acer. I'd probably get the same kind unless there's something better to recommend.
Mhm. Acers, I think, are good for gamers, which means that there's a lot of RAM and storage, so it speeds the computer up faster. And for your purposes, you're doing pretty basic things compared to what gamers are doing.
Yeah.
So it makes it faster for that reason.
Okay.
But yeah, good luck. I hope it's a cheap and easy fix for you.
Two.
But yeah, you might want to start researching computers. As much as I don't want to tell you to buy a new computer.
It's okay.
Christmas gift, if it's only like a $50 malware fix,
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
Anything else or?
I'm still frustrated, Lynn.
Oh, no.
Well, just my blocking those incoming emails. I'm thinking of McAfee and Norton. I think this crew has tried to say, hey, I'm looking for something on the screen that you can block those, and I haven't found it. Am I missing something?
Yeah, for Mac Mail, it's really hard to block emails and
Oh, okay, all right. And I
Yeah,
heard you
so-
say Mac Mail before, Lynn, so, okay.
you use Mac Mail, which is great. It's not the best email platform. But so it's harder to block. It wants you to block every individual email rather than in bulk. And
I
some,
would have no objection to that. I can just pick on half dozen.
yeah, it just means it's more cumbersome for you. You have to go and do every single one. You can't just take these 10 or this 50 and block in one go.
Okay, does that mean I go to something like Mac Mail?
Yeah, you would do it for every individual email.
All right, when I get one of these, let's pick on Norton, for example. If I get one from Norton, it possibly it comes in either my inbox or else in my junk mail.
Mhm.
What's my next step?
You don't really need to worry about your junk mail because it's already going to junk. So you can just delete those emails. As long as they're not, any contacts that accidentally got to junk.
All right, let's go back. I've got a dozen, let's say, in my junk mail. Are
Mhm.
you saying there's something that I can do? I haven't really found it that on my iMac where I can just delete all junk mail. You're
Mhm.
looking, where is it?
Right
want-
click on it.
Do you want to screen share your computer and we can show you
Okay, Rob, let's
if you remember how to do that?
hit the green button, Rob. Okay, share. All right, I think I lost everybody, did I?
Nope, we've got you.
All right, well, I'm now screen sharing. I don't want to,
Click on mail.
what should I do
Go to your email.
now? But
You can
Alright,
close out of
I'm gonna-
Zoom.
do something. We're not doing too good here. This is what I've got on my screen. It says launch meeting. Hit that.
No, you
Wow.
can close out of Zoom, that link. You don't need your browser.
All right, I closed out of things. All right, here I am, Lynn.
So this is Mac Mail that you're looking at, how you view your emails. So if you go to junk, say, all of
Alright.
these are already getting sorted to your junk email, but it looks like you already deleted them, so it's all good.
Yeah, I guess I like to have a clean desk, so to speak.
Yes, so you're doing
Oh,
everything
I
right with your
Did
junk.
them, or somehow they're going right now, yes.
Yeah,
Rob,
But what I was fishing for, go ahead, Chuck.
if you right click on that word junk,
Right click, which means
control click,
control
and then click the mouse pad.
on junk, right?
mm-hmm.
All right.
You see about the fourth
Erase
item
deleted
down,
item.
it says
Okay,
erase junk
all right.
mail.
Now you got it there, right click on junk.
Yeah, and then the fourth item down is erase junk mail.
Yeah,
That'll clear everything that's in your junk mailbox.
that's a lot easier than doing it. Okay.
Just make sure that no of your contacts accidentally go in your junk. Sometimes I have my trusted contacts accidentally go to junk. So just glance at it before you do it.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Over and out.
You can use the same
I'm,
thing to get rid of deleted items too.
I see that, Chuck. You're right above the erase junk mail. Okay, good. I'll
So if
clean
you
things
want to
up.
go up to inbox, we can show you how to block, or you would just send them to junk then. But there's a way to block it. I think we found it was in the tools. It was not an easy.
Yeah, I probably don't have anybody here, Lynn, that I haven't deleted
Mm-hmm.
here. Okay, I'm not gonna take your time. No, well. All right.
But you would manually,
But
every email that's junk, you would say block this user from contacting me again, and then send it to your junk, and then you erase it like Chuck showed you.
All right. We got it. Over and out here. I'm gonna stop the share. See if that does anything. Okay, thank you.
Did you and Mary decide if you want to split into 2 emails, or are you still pondering that decision?
Of those 2 questions packed into 1 sentence, the answer to each one. There's no subject conversation. Yeah, just to bring everybody up to date, the question was, the Sowersbys have 1 email address. And sometimes, Mary gets something from a Bible study or something that doesn't need to go to Rob. So it should be on her iPad instead of on this iMac that I'm using. That's what Lynn's referring to. So. To be determined, TBD.
Good luck figuring that out.
All right.
Other concerns, comments, errors, issues?
Where's Connie today? She usually has issues.
She normally does. She's been having some back issues.
Oh, that's true.
So maybe she's at a doctor's appointment or something. I don't remember seeing an email from her. Karen Finley's at the beach this week.
Oh, lucky her.
So, and Dan Wilcox left a voicemail for me last night while I was out, saying that he hoped to be on today, but he's not here, and that he's doing better, but still in a lot of pain and having a hard time getting, up and at him for this. So, but he wanted to send his love to all of you. So,
Oh, we miss him.
I miss him, definitely.
wow, you guys are quiet. So Nancy, what gremlins do you have with your dishwasher?
It was washing machine and
Oh, washing machine. Sorry.
it was a battle. I was trying to make it do something it couldn't do, I guess. I was trying to do some delicate stuff that I only wanted to do a certain thing. And so anyway, I got it. It's okay. But the bottom line is I shouldn't have started before tech time. I should have waited till afterwards.
Got to get your priorities in order here, Nancy.
No, I know. Oh.
Yeah.
But now I've been running out because under my deck, we made some landscape changes and there's a part that they can't mow. And so I've blocked it off for the mowers. Well, I keep hearing them out there and I keep running down to see to make sure they're not going through that section. So that's where I'm disappearing every once in a while.
Good. Any larger picture tech concerns you have in the world, or, want to discuss, like what is TikTok, or, other crazy adventures?
Not at the moment.
It's good. Yeah.
Does
My mom,
anybody-
go ahead.
Does anybody do Wordle? My granddaughter is trying to get me to do it through WhatsApp somehow, and I don't even understand what she's doing. She's sending me a thing and saying, use this one, and then we can all check, because there's 3 of us doing it. But I can't, it's on my phone, and I don't understand. I mean, I'm gonna have to have her tell me, I think, what to do. 'Cause I don't,
On the website, I just share the statistics with my group of Wordle friends that actually still do it. A lot of people stopped doing it.
yeah, well, they got dumb with it. Stupid, everything like buggy and muggy and all, is fuzzy, as many word as like 3 of the same letters in a word. That's kind of hard, but how I have been sharing it with her is I do a screenshot of my actual puzzle when I finished it, and then just send it with her text. But somehow she wants me to click something in the WhatsApp first, so I don't know. But I'll let you guys know after if she tells me how to do it.
This is how I do it, if it matters to you. I do it in the browser.
Okay.
And after I finish, I get this pop-up of, the statistics and things, and I just hit the share button, and you could scroll over to WhatsApp and do it that way.
But then
Or
doesn't it go in as a link though? When it goes to you?
so I send it to my mom. And it looks like that.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, now see, the one that she sent me in WhatsApp has that Wordle 418/6/6 or say that kind of a number in it. But it actually looks like the one above your blue one.
this one?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so what does that mean? That no one's done anything yet? That doesn't tell you what the word was.
So this just tells you the stats, right? So it says, this is my Wordle. It's the 418th Wordle they've ever released, and did it in 2 out of 6 tries, right? Where it took me 6 tries today to do it.
But you don't know what the word was.
Yeah, it's one of those, they don't want you to, like, in case it's a spoiler.
Okay,
Like, if my mom sent this to me before I did it, I would have known the word already.
right. Yeah, okay. That's what she's trying to do, because we do send it back and forth, and we know not to look if you haven't done it yet, from our text. We know when we see the thing come in. But I don't understand how she wants me to send one.
I don't know how you would send it where you show all the words.
Well, and the way I've been doing it, like I say, take a screenshot and then share the screenshot.
That's what I would do, but I don't do WhatsApp much at all, so I don't know all the pros. I could research it, but
Don't bother. She'll tell me when I told her she has to show me when the next time. She's a whiz. The only thing she hasn't been able to figure out is the thing I told you last time, that to answer my phone now, I have to click on about 3 different buttons to get it to answer. And she was, because it used to just, when the phone rang, if it was asleep, it would wake up. But now it doesn't. It stays black. And I have to push the on button, not hold it down, but push it. And then I get a choice of unlock, camera, or phone. And then I swipe up on the phone, and then I get the phone call, and then I swipe on that but that's totally not how it used to work. And so she kept thinking there was I changed some setting, but she couldn't find anything. So that must be their new way of doing it. And I mean, now that I know what I have to do, I can do it. Before I was just hanging up on everyone because I was holding the button in too long, and so it shut the whole phone down. So
maybe it's an update they did for millennial and Gen Zers, because none of us want to talk on the phone. So
sure, and I sure can pass for one of those.
You may not want to talk on the phone, but when I go on Facebook, I have to wade through post after post of my sister and her family and their friends all doing Wordle. I don't care. I don't do it, but I can't get to any interesting pictures or family messages, stories without going through all of this every day. And it's like, will they ever get tired of it? I hope.
I don't,
Please.
well, Lynn, do you do just one day, the New York Times once a day? Yeah, that's what I do too. Because some people, there's a whole, you could do it all day, and man, that would be just too, I don't know. In fact, that's why I stayed out of it for so long. And then when I found out it's only one a day, all right, I'll do it.
Betty Ann, I don't know if this is an option for you, but you can hide certain people on your news feed. I mean, if it's your daughter and you don't want to
It's
miss
family.
everything.
It's family and friends that I don't want to lose.
Yeah. So what I have, I think the news feed is terrible right now. The algorithm for it is just so messed up. So I go to specific people's pages to see updates because I don't want to wade through the chaos of news articles
I
and
think I know
ads
what you
and
mean.
things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do. That's a good idea. I think I'll try that because I noticed that in between those posts from people that I want to hear from, somebody has put up a cute little kitten video or we're saving a dog, and I stop and look at it. I can't help myself, but it knows that. So now I get more and more. But what scared me was a few days ago as I was looking, and I never touched them, but it doesn't matter. You know, they keep sending them. But the other day, there was like something written at the bottom, like something was like, where are you living or something like that. I said, oh, somebody's watching me watching this. I don't like that. Reminded me of that, commercial about Google watching you all the time. Every stroke you make.
The scary thing with Facebook now, if you hover over a video, like you just hover over it for like 10 seconds, you don't have to stay on it more than that. But they'll be like, oh, she was interested enough to hover over it for 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what's happening. So I get more and more and more of them in between the ones that I wanted to see. But you're right. I can go over to there's a list of people on the right, and I should just go to their own personal Facebook to see whatever they've updated there.
Yeah, so I'm even lazier than that. What I do is up here, I just type in specific people that I want to see. Like this friend of mine, she moved to the Netherlands. So, and the only way she sends updates is through Facebook. So yeah, I just search up here any names that I want to see, so
Good.
Rather than sort, because this is an addiction and they know that they'll just soak you in, and it's a waste of time for everyone, and it's not good healthy wise for you.
No.
At all. I don't know if you guys have seen the Netflix documentary, The Social Dilemma. It's one of those, it's a really good documentary, but it's one of those you don't really want to know how bad it is.
Exactly.
But yeah, if you have Netflix, worth your time. And you use Facebook. Some people don't use Facebook, which is even better.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yes, be careful on social media, guys.
Yeah.
Don't click on ads either.
Yeah.
It just got quiet.
Well, we should make Stephen say something just because he hasn't yet.
And he's muted.
I
I
know.
don't know why he joined if he's on a phone call.
Well, maybe he didn't think he was going to be on that long or something. We could talk about him.
We're terrible people.
Any idea, Lynn, why I got the link from the email that didn't work? It said something about business Zoom. Why did I get that? Did you just make a mistake?
I think I made a mistake when I sent it last night. I did it quickly before I was headed out to a dinner.
There you go.
And so Zoom, they send like a list of like 100 phone numbers and links and things, and I bet I just highlighted the wrong one.
Okay.
So I'm guessing that's what it is. Bill said that it was trying to send him a Skype.
Yeah,
Skype for Business.
Yeah,
Oh, that was, yeah, yeah.
Which I don't know if you guys ever used Skype, but Skype was a platform like Zoom that was released in the early 2000s. And that was the first video chatting platform I ever used.
Yeah.
It was big in college.
Yeah, my daughter used to use it all the time. I was sad when she stopped because it was a great way to keep up,
Mhm.
especially when she was working in France for a few months. I mean, that was the only way we
Mhm.
could be connected.
Well, it wanted me to download the app. So I don't
Yes.
even have that app on my stuff. But what I learned is it's good to, if you have an old email where you know the link works because it's a repetitive link, you just save it in case there's a problem.
Mhm. Yeah, I send the same link out every week. So if you have it, or if you do, you guys use digital calendars at all, or do you still use your paper calendars?
Paper calendars all the way. Sorry,
Paper.
use a virtual.
I'm old. I use paper.
me too.
It's okay. But I was just going to say, if you use a digital calendar like me, I'll show you. What I do in my digital calendar, any Zoom meeting I have, like Tech Time, oh look, I don't host that one. So for example, in the description, I have the Zoom information in each meeting. So it's a reoccurring meeting each week that I go to that just click on the link each time. So this past Tuesday, I had to go to a worship meeting and I accidentally went to the Tuesday morning fellowship because it was right before. So, but it's a good way so you don't have to hunt down those links each week. And if people forget to send them, to do that. So even if you just use the digital calendar for Tech Time, it's a way to do that. But you can also share calendar with like spouses and family members. So for example, we have like a family calendar. So if there's family events that we want to all do, we have that on there. So it's on everyone's. But not for everybody. And I understand that.
Someday I might, if I ever get everything fixed for a week, maybe that'll be my project.
Well, and it also is on your phone then too. So if you're at like the doctor's and they're like, okay, we want to schedule you're at the dentist and they want to schedule your 6 months next, appointment, you can just load it in there and then it's there 6 months out and you don't need to take the little paper
I
card.
pull out my paper pocketbook size calendar, which I have to find a new one. And I usually get them real cheap at Boscov's in their auditorium. I'm thinking at some point they're going to stop making these things. Then I'm going to have to do it digitally.
Wait till October and go to the Hallmark store. They have those little pocket ones for free.
Good idea.
You might have to ask for them at the checkout, but they usually have them starting maybe as early as September, but probably October. And they seem to keep getting less and less of them. So you have to get there while they still have them, obviously.
I'm sure there's
I mean, I do what
one of them too. Sorry, Bill.
do what you suggested. When I'm in the doctor's office, I have the phone in my pocket, so I log it in. But I still use a day timer because I scribble notes and stuff on it that, I don't load or reminders for like the dog needs a new flea collar and things like that. So that's why I end up using both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people have multiple calendars like that. So it doesn't hurt to have both going, because if you lose the paper calendar, or if you leave it on an airplane or something, then you don't lose everything. Not that anyone's flying at this point, but
I did a couple of months ago and I'm so glad I did, but not planning to do it again real soon. Everything went smoothly.
good. Yeah. My next one will be October if everything works out. Oh, we lost Steven. We can't make fun of him anymore.
Well, now we
Oh, we
can.
can,
make
he just won't hear us.
Two? We lost two at the exact same moment? What? They're like, we're tired.
We're dropping like flies.
Yeah.
That's okay. Small but mighty. Any other concerns, problems? Oh. You guys are just so tech savvy now. You don't need, need us.
Something will happen the minute I get off. Well, I'm going to
Right.
run that, update and we'll see what happens. I have a feeling I'll be going to You Break, I Fix It. I've got the car up on the road, so my husband didn't block me in and I'm ready to go. These days, I just expect the worst and then I'm not terribly disappointed when it happens.
Where is that place?
On 202 going down towards Delaware on the right, do you know where Pescatori's restaurant is? Just before
Yeah.
Eagle Square,
Oh, is that what
Shopping
it is now?
center.
East? Yeah, okay.
By the Chadsboard Barn Shops or whatever. It's right there next to Pescatori's. If you go in that little parking lot, it's right there. And they really, really were wonderful fixing my cell phone, which we thought was just because I needed a new battery. But then it only charged up halfway, and they looked at it, decided it needed a new port for the recharging port, and that just was $30 extra. They had to order it, so a couple more days, but that was the problem. And so, considering I had to wait for the battery to be sent, they didn't have one in stock, and then wait for that. If they didn't have to send away for that stuff, it was very quick. They answered all my questions, and I should look. They gave me a coupon for the next time I go.
Ooh,
I've got to find that.
they're expecting you back.
But that made me feel good, especially since I used to go, I mentioned, to Second Source in Westchester on Route 3, and I noticed that it looked empty when I was driving by, and but now I see it looks like they've moved, but they're just on Westtown Road, so not far. They were wonderful until I found, this one. So
Hours coming, gotta go.
Yeah, Dan Wilcox used the Westchester Computer Company, which is on High Street in downtown Westchester. So
they were good too.
yeah, they were pleased with that as well. So I
Okay.
think there's a couple different ones out there.
Oh, heaven knows we need them these days. So
Yes,
you're helpful for most of our problems. So
I know when to send you to them.
well, that's the thing. I always say whenever I have an appliance guy coming for some of my older things, I'm lucky enough that they're the ones that will say, this is probably the last repair you want to do on this because it has so many parts and it's getting old, and it would be cheaper just to get a new one. I appreciate that. But something like my dryer, they always say, there's so few parts in this and they're not expensive. You can just keep repairing that. But the other things, no.
I was talking to someone yesterday and they were venting, all of those appliances, for years, they had them last 30 years. And now the salespeople are like, it's a 5-10 year
I know.
investment. It's not, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Planned obsolescence.
They want your money.
That too.
Oh, and then they want you to, sign long warranties and get them updated. I never do that. I say you should be able to last at least 4 or 5 years, and then I'll just pay for the repair and hope it isn't too expensive.
Mhm. It's awful.
Warranties are like rolling the dice. They're obviously designed to favor the seller. So you're betting against yourself when you get one. I mean, it's a whole, like an insurance thing.
Mhm. Yeah. It's terrible.
Well, I hear my husband's home and I have to talk to him for a second. So I'm going to go a little early. But thank you for the advice. Hopefully next week everything will be working.
Good luck. We
Fingers
look
crossed.
forward
And I'll
to
just come and listen.
send prayers.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.
Yeah. I'm guessing we'll not be on much longer. Anything else for the good of the order or concerns?
With cooler weather coming,
I know, I'm excited.
promises.
I haven't been really out for my morning walks because it's been so hot, and coming out of COVID, I didn't want to, do too much. So I'll be excited to get out a little more.
The dog's been complaining, lack of walks,
Mm,
but he has a heart condition, so I have to be careful with him. So
how old is he?
he's 11 and a half, but he's a Cavalier and they have mitral valve issues, almost all of them.
Mm,
He's doing pretty good, and we'll probably go out tomorrow morning.
good. Chuck, how's your dog doing?
Good.
We trained?
To a point. There's still some way to go, but we now have determined that he has allergies, so we have to give him allergy shots now.
Mm,
We're up to one every 2 weeks now. We were doing it every other day for the first month, but yeah, I think that's going to be the rest of his life. I can't wait. He doesn't like it, so it's
and
a
he's
challenge.
young.
Hmm?
He's so young too.
Yeah, a year and a half. So we got a
Go with
long way to
pill
go with that.
Pill pockets are the way to go.
No, this is a shot.
Harry gets 3 different pills every day for his heart. And he loves pill pockets.
Yeah, we used pill pockets on a previous dog and they worked very well, but this unfortunately is a shot, Bill. And you give it into the fleshy part on the back of his neck, and he's not real happy about that. He sees you coming and he runs and hides.
Pretty smart about stuff like that.
We tried to appease him with dehydrated hot dogs, which he seems to like, but still he runs and hides. He's not interested in this shot thing, get away from me. I don't want it.
Mhm.
And string cheese, he likes that too, but that doesn't always work.
Well, will he need the shots all winter?
Basically, no. His allergies are mostly spring, summer, fall. But I think the plan is to keep giving him the shots year round to build up his resistance and everything. But the thing of it is, it takes probably up to a year before they really become effective. It's not instantaneous, it's not like you take a pill and you feel better.
Yeah.
It's an accumulation type thing, and it takes about a year for it to all happen, which is crazy when you think about it, but that's the way it is. The good news, it's going to be down to once every 3 weeks, so that's not too bad. The every other day was a pain, but
Yeah. Hopefully you can sneak up on him once every 3 weeks.
He doesn't allow you to sneak up on him. Believe me, he's quite aware of what's going on. Believe me. I wish it were that simple. Wish it was that simple.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, it is what it is,
Yeah. Okay, anything else for the good of the order before we break for the week?
I think we're good.
Good.
It's too bad we don't have Connie here to call it a halt. She usually calls a halt to these things 20 minutes ago, it starts to
We're done.
wind down. Hey, where is she?
I know, you'll have to harass her on
I'll
Sunday.
tell you.
Yeah, I hope she's feeling better.
Well, I saw she was at choir on Sunday. I was kind of surprised because I know she was having back issues, but I don't know how that's going. I hope she's not having too serious a problem with that.
Mm-hmm. I saw her husband at a committee meeting on Tuesday night, but he came in late, so I didn't get to ask
Oh, okay. Well,
how he was doing.
choir again on Sunday. We'll see if she's there, see how she's doing.
Here's hoping. We're falling
Yeah.
apart, our tech time people. I'll
Yeah,
start
I know.
at a prayer request section.
All right.
Have a good week, guys.
We'll see you next week.
See you.
Stay cool, everyone.
Yep, you too.
Go.